Hello and welcome to Action. My name is James, and each week we watch a movie to decide where it ranks in our ultimate list of the greatest action movies of all time. This week we watched Mission Impossible, starring Tom Cruise and Jon Voight.
Simple game. Is this serious?
Always.
It's much worse than you think.
We're being ambushed. Abort, that's an order.
They knew we were coming.
Do you read me?
I don't care how he did it. I want to know why he did it. You're worried about me. Why you survived.
I'm sure we can find something I have that you need.
Who sent you? No one sent me.
These guys are trained to be ghosts. Let's not waste time chasing after him. Just make him come to us. Find something that's personally important to him and you squeeze. This whole operation was a decoy. I can understand you're very upset. You've never seen me very upset. This tape will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
In this film, an American agent under false suspicion of disloyalty must discover and expose the real spy without the help of his organization. Hello, I want to welcome back
John, Dustin.
And we watched Mission Impossible, so let's get right into it. Have we seen it before?
Oh yeah, I love this movie when it came out.
Yeah, I remember seeing it in the theater. Yeah.
It was one of, it was 96? Can't remember.
96, yeah.
96, so 14?
Yeah, I don't think I saw it right when it came out.
I saw it when it came out in the theater. I loved it. I owned it on the VHS copy.
Yeah, I think I had it on VHS, yeah.
It was great. I was like, oh, this movie is fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
I remember going to it and not being, like, super psyched about it or anything, but, yeah, I definitely liked it quite a bit when I first saw it.
This is another one of those movies where I've definitely seen it before, probably multiple times,
Yeah.
but I can't remember when exactly. I don't think I saw it when it first came out.
You would have seen it pretty soon after that.
I would have seen it pretty soon after that.
Because we had a copy of it in the house. It was. I haven't seen it now since, I'd say, probably the 90s.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like this isn't something I went back and revisited.
I feel like I know I've seen it at least a handful of times, but I can't remember when I last saw it.
I don't know, the first thing that struck me about this movie is from the front down low, like, angle shot, like, not a straight-on shot.
It's like a Dutch angle.
Yeah.
That's what it's called.
Yeah.
What's Brian De Palma?
I don't know, was that like a big thing then, or?
Well, it's an old technique that, yeah, I don't know, it's kind of come in and out of favor, I guess, at times.
Well, what's the first scene?
Well, the first scene, I think, is on the plane.
No.
Isn't it?
No. The first scene actually is...
It's them
hotel room.
They're interrogating that guy.
Oh, yeah, right.
Like in Kiev or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least making it look like they are. No, I guess they actually are.
Yeah, so we're pretty much introduced to espionage in this scene.
Mm-hmm.
And we get the first of many face mask reveals.
Which is something they've kind of continued to use throughout the whole series. These, like...
it's always this really dramatic...
realistic masks.
Wasn't there one... and I honestly can't remember which one it was, but there was one where it was like, oh, and take the mask off, and I'm this person, and then another person takes another mask off, and then it's like the whole movie, all it is them taking the mask off.
No, that might have been like a
This is a continuum.
It's just
going
like
on.
a continuum.
That was like a Family Guy episode.
Yeah.
And then she takes
No,
it, and it turns
no.
out that it's a broom at the end.
I did not see that, but
It might have been like number 2. I think there was a lot of mask taking off in that one.
yeah, maybe it was
Now,
number 2.
I remember being excited for number 2.
Yeah.
And maybe I hated number 2 so much that I never went back. I was like, this series is dead to me now. Because I know that it took me a long time to see number 3.
Oh, yeah.
How long after the first one did the second one come out?
I don't remember now for sure. Probably like maybe 3 years or so? 4? I don't know.
Okay.
I don't remember for sure, but I remember being super excited about the second one too because Jon Voight directed it.
Yeah.
And when I saw it in the theater, I actually couldn't admit to myself that it was bad.
4 years later.
And I was like, it was good.
Oh, really?
You know, you're like lying to yourself. It was fine. It was good.
No, Limp Bizkit? No.
Yeah, Limp Bizkit.
Limp Bizkit was on it.
That sweet Metallica track.
Oh, yeah. Woo! Woo!
Yeah, no, it's pretty bad. And I mean, I haven't watched it now. I think I only saw it once, maybe twice, the second one. But
Yeah, I think it was the same thing for me where I watched the second one and then I just totally wrote off all the other ones. I think I've seen the newest one, but I hadn't seen the ones in between.
Is that Rogue?
3 and 4, 3, 4, and 5 are all
Really good, yeah.
Really good, yeah. In my opinion, anyway.
They're really good. Is it Stephen McQuarrie writes all the new ones?
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
So,
But they've had different directors for each of those. J.J. Abrams did the third one.
yeah.
Brad Bird did the fourth one.
And then McQuarrie did the...
Yeah, Macquarie. Or whatever.
McQuarrie. I'm terrible with names. The guy who made Way of the Gun.
Way again, yeah.
Anyway, so why don't we just start going through the movie?
Well, you got the hotel room, so you're introduced to...
We're introduced to the team.
The team, yeah. They're all up to some spy shenanigans.
They're interrogating this guy. And
They kill that guy?
No, they drug him.
They drug him, yeah.
They should have just killed him. Why not?
Why not?
Just kill him.
And this is where we get
I
the
think
mask.
there's
right off the
only
bat.
like 3 or 4 deaths in this movie.
There's the professional.
Well, the whole team gets killed right away.
Yeah, it's like 5 people.
And Tom Cruise never shoots a gun in this movie.
You know,
Does
well,
it?
it's really more of a spy movie than an action movie. You get some, like the end, you kind of get a bigger action sequence, but it's not really an action movie. Overall, it's kind of more of a spy espionage type movie with action.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Jon Voight on an airplane.
Yeah, Jon Voight is like the leader of the team or the boss or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He gets the message about a new mission that they, if he should choose to accept it. I was like, well, what happens if he says no?
Mr.
They
Phelps.
go down the line to the next
I don't think
guy?
that you can ever not accept
He's like,
it.
by the way, your team's already in place. Like, so-and-so is already here. She's getting deep cover, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. And your mission, should you choose to accept it? And he's like, nah, you know what? I don't feel like doing this one. Not into it.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Well, spoiler alert, he kind of does.
He had his own plans in place.
Oh, man, did he ever. Him and his wife, Claire,
Yeah, what's the actress's name for
Emmanuel, French word,
French word? Where is it?
B-E-A-R-T,
Beard?
with the accent over the
Yeah.
E.
I don't know. She looks French as fuck, doesn't she?
She does. She looks like, what's her name? The other French actress.
That other one.
There's not a lot of, maybe there is. I don't know. She looks,
She's got
she
the
looks,
pouty lips and the
yeah, she looks familiar.
giant eyeballs. And, anyway,
But I don't think I've ever seen her anything else.
this actress, I'm sure, I feel like I have, but I don't know what it is off the top of my head. But anyway.
So, after that opening scene and then the scene on the plane where Mr. Phillips chooses to accept his mission, then it's...
They go,
Crow's Nest.
They go to their
Yeah.
basement, or whatever, their hotel room, or whatever it is.
It's called the Crow's Nest.
Crow's Nest.
And
So
they're all hanging out, shooting the shit.
Yeah, you're gonna get some, they're joking with each other,
Yeah.
giving him a hard time about what yeah.
You know, they're doing typical spy shit.
Yeah.
Busting balls.
Busting balls.
Yeah, and
Like,
see
you
the
make
team.
horrible coffee. Ha ha ha.
So Emilio Estevez is like the hacker guy, and like
But you're automatically given that feeling like that Ethan has a special place in his heart for Claire.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because you kind of get this you find out that what's Jon Voight's character's name?
Phillips.
Jim
Phillips.
Jim.
Mr. Phillips.
So Jim's married to Claire.
Yeah, which is kind of creepy.
That's definitely creepy.
I have a lot of opinions about Jon Voight in this movie.
I mean, he's like, what, 60 at least in this movie, and she's like 25 or
well, we'll get to
tops.
we'll get to Jon Voight's sweet action sequence near the end, and how there's no way that old frail old man could pull it off.
Oh man, he's seen some shit. He's been he's experienced.
So they do some planning, and then
they plan their mission, and they kind of joke around with each other. Can I say Tom Cruise is young as fuck in this?
I know. I was shocked.
How old is he in this?
Maybe I don't know.
It's gotta be his 30s.
He's in his 50s now.
Is this his
30.
breakout?
No.
No, he was
No, I mean action wise.
No, because he had Top Gun and shit like that.
That's more of a romance.
I mean,
an action
it
movie?
is, but it's ostensibly.
Well, it came out.
Movie.
It came out in '96. He's born in '62, so he's probably in his early 30s when he
early
filmed it.
30s. But he's one of those people who looks, even now, looks younger than
he looks shockingly young now.
Yeah, for 50 something.
I don't know. There was parts in this
clearly
movie.
Lord Xenu has helped him smooth his feet. So.
There was parts in this movie when he was acting with I forget. Oh, Max.
Yeah.
When he's acting with Max, and he did that really grinny, childlike grinning,
yeah.
very creepy.
He
he
has
has
a,
a weird intensity at times where his
Yeah.
eyes almost seem like they're gonna bug out of his head or something.
He's hard not to like.
Yeah, he's got charisma. There's no doubt about that. But he's also kind of weird at times. You get a weird vibe off of him at times.
Well, in that in the car when he was driving with Max, I didn't know if he wanted to fuck her or what.
Oh wow, you read deep.
Well, he's given
Well,
this
she wanted to fuck him, I think.
yeah, but he's given this look to her.
I think
That's
he's
just-
trying. He's trying to play off I'm this crazy loose cannon agent guy who has turned on his.
So he's a really good
organization.
spy then.
Well, would he? Okay, so in that later on, he's trying to play the jilted agent.
Yeah, they fucked him over, so now he's.
Yeah.
Now he could do anything. You don't know what he's gonna do.
He's been disavowed.
He's crazy.
Oh, he's crazy.
Yeah, Iceman.
I definitely got the impression that
he's dangerous.
Okay, so then we actually get the operation that they're pulling off, the first mission, which is so this giant what do you call it? I don't know, some kind of embassy or it's an embassy.
It's an embassy.
Because the whole reason they're there is to find this Russian guy who is trying to steal what they call a knock list.
Which is that's how easy it is to fucking steal his knock list?
Pretty easy. It seemed like. Well, except it actually wasn't because it was fake.
No,
Guys,
I know, but
let's go back to the crow's nest for a minute.
Okay.
We eat the entire time. Ethan's chewing gum.
Yeah,
really intensely.
He's a gum chewer.
oh yeah.
But then we're introduced to the red light, green light gum.
Right.
Emilio
gives him the special plastic explosive,
which
that
is
looks
going to play
a piece of gum.
Yeah, it's going to play a giant part in this movie.
Yeah, and you can tell sort of maybe
Two parts in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. It's parts, not part.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he gives him this gum that's half green, half red, and if you press it together, it's gonna blow up in a few seconds after that.
5 seconds or something.
Don't chew it.
Yeah, don't chew it, man.
Hasta lasagna, don't get any on ya. Fucking Emilio.
Emilio. I remember when I saw this, and I was like, "Oh, Emilio Estevez is in this? Sweet." I love Emilio Estevez. When I was young, I really liked him. And then he was only in it for a few minutes because he gets killed in the first.
Yeah.
The whole team gets killed.
Well, they're at the party. All sorts of sneaky shit's happening.
Which, that's a deadly elevator.
Yeah.
I've never seen something like that
Yeah,
before.
I don't really understand what...
Yeah, those weird spikes come down, and then he gets him face impaled on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gross.
Hell of a way to go.
I remember seeing that when I was a kid, watching it and be like, oh, that's so fucked up.
I guess those are supposed to be to stop the elevator from hitting the roof or something. I don't fucking know what the... It might just be a made-up thing to make it look sweet.
I think it's made up.
Yeah. It's an emergency thing.
Yeah.
In case you need to.
So at the party, and they're all doing their bits. Actually, I didn't realize how many people were actually on the team at this point.
Well, it introduces them all. It says Hannah's going to be she's going to do this.
3 women?
3 women, yeah.
3 women.
Philip's wife.
Claire.
French girl, yeah. You got Hannah, who's the one wearing the tinted glasses. And then the other lady.
Sarah.
Sarah, and then there's Ethan.
And
Emilio.
Emilio.
And that's it. That's
Jack,
the team.
Jack, I think his name is Emilio. That's like the hands-on team, right?
And Ethan's gonna go undercover right away again as a senator.
Senator guy. So he's another mask on already. He's at 2 already.
Yeah.
It's funny watching the first scene when he has the mask on, how obvious it is that it's Tom Cruise. But when I saw the movie the first time, I don't think I realized it was him until he took the mask off.
When they show the senator on TV.
Yeah, it's so clearly.
They show the news a lot in this movie.
Do they?
Yeah, they show the senator on.
I know that. I remember when they showed the senator on TV.
Then
you could tell it's Tom Cruise.
Then they're in like London or something. I forget where they are, and they show Tom Cruise's mother and uncle getting perp walked.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
And then at the end,
and it's that classic thing. She's like, where she comes to get him, and she's like, "Ethan, you need to see something that's on the TV right now."
Yeah.
And they go in the room, and then the news report is just starting as he comes in the room. Well, how does she know that?
Oh right.
Because they said up next.
Up next.
Ethan's
parents.
Ethan Hunt's parents
are busted.
And then they showed the news at the end.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a pretty common thing to use to show.
Yeah, I'm just pointing it out.
Yeah. But the knock list thing is, it's a list of all of their, like the CIA agents in the field and their like cover names.
And you need there's the list and it's coded and you need the key.
Yeah. So he already has the like fake names, but he needs this other half that'll line up what all the aliases, who they actually are, so he can sell it on the black market.
Yeah.
So everything goes crazy. They end up getting into this area. They steal the list.
Well, each thing goes wrong. Like,
yeah,
the Jack gets impaled in the elevator, which moves for some reason.
Yeah.
And then what else happens? Oh, then Phillips, he's coming to them. They have these glasses that show whatever they're looking at through them.
Yeah, super high tech.
So we see him get shot, and then he falls into the canal or whatever.
Yeah.
Let's make up a river. It's the Rhine.
Does the Rhine go through Prague?
I don't know.
And then what else? And then Hannah, she gets in the car that Claire was also supposed to be in,
and it blows up.
The car blows up.
Yeah.
And then Sarah gets stabbed.
Sarah gets stabbed because she sees the guy that they're following, who supposedly has the knock list. She sees him getting stabbed, and she runs up.
That part just doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
At all.
You know, like, wait, who are you? What are you doing?
Yeah.
She sees the guy get stabbed, so she gets really, really close so that she can get stabbed.
I mean, is she trying to, like, identify the assailant? And she gets real close, yeah. She doesn't seem pro at
She's
that
a pretty
moment.
shitty spy.
Yeah, doesn't seem like a real pro.
Yeah. But neither is the guy that supposedly stole the list.
Yeah.
That guy's a real moron, too.
No.
Well, we find out he's undercover. He's a CIA, too.
He's, like, one of theirs. So he... Because the whole thing was...
Oh,
this
that
was
guy
actually,
was the CIA?
It's a mole hunt.
Yeah, it was a mole hunt. This whole thing was to try to figure out who this mole was. They knew it was somebody that was...
I know when he's in the restaurant, he's like, let's take a walk around the room, and points out all the people in the room that were also at the...
They weren't all in the room at that time. He was just...
There was a couple that were.
There's a couple that were.
And then there was also people he identified that were the drunken couple, and like the...
Yeah, no, I mean at when they're at the restaurant after.
Yeah, but those people aren't all in the restaurant.
Yeah, they are.
No,
they're
just
not.
one. Like just one.
The Russians.
He's like talking. He identifies an agent that's in the room right now.
Yeah.
The waiter isn't.
The waiter is. The waiter was the guy behind.
Yeah, I'm talking about the waiter at the party.
Yeah. He was there.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I don't feel like that's
He's
accurate.
He's pretty confident.
He does seem confident.
Okay, well I believe
We'd have to watch it again to see.
I'm not watching this again.
Let's pull it up right now.
I meant to see. But anyway.
He was there.
I always like this scene.
Well, yeah.
Like I you're a sucker for like I am for like spy stuff, and it's cool. Like it's always cool
it's
when
a cool way to open the movie because
yeah,
you're like, oh, he's got this team and they're all close and they've been working together, and now all of a sudden they're all dead except for him.
Yeah, and I thought that I always like it when the spy explains all the stuff that he noticed.
Yeah.
And because you always watch, it's like the same with the Bourne movies. Because you're like, oh man, I wish I could do that. Like I wish I could remember like the license plate of every car that was behind me on a drive, like that kind of thing. But then I also really like when he blows up the
water.
The water. I remember when I was a kid, I thought it was really cool.
Yeah,
and
he calls in and right away he gets a meeting set up to meet like one of the higher ups in there.
Yeah, we missed that. He calls, and I was like,
they're dead. They're all dead.
I thought that was really cool too, because I was like, what's he doing with that phone? And he's like unscrews the phone, and I'm like,
put something. Go to secure line. Okay.
And I'm like, spies are crazy.
And that guy, I don't know the actor's name, the guy that plays Kittredge.
He's my favorite part
great.
of the movie.
Yeah, this is the way that he speaks and stuff.
He's amazing.
He could have been like Agent Smith. He's got that same kind of vibe to him. But
there's a
is his name? It's Kittredge.
Kittredge, yeah.
Nathan Osgood.
Okay. Yeah, he's.
I don't know what else he's in.
He plays his part perfectly.
Yeah, he's really great.
And so then he basically accuses Ethan of being the one who is the mole and has taken out his own team.
Sorry, it's another guy.
Oh no,
Henry something.
Okay. Anyway.
Sorry.
And he does the.
So he throws the gum because he realizes they're gonna arrest him, right?
Which is really okay. Though this is the first time he uses the gum, and both times he uses the gum, he does it in a way that he doesn't. Much more dramatic than he needs to. There's no reason for him to sweep the table.
Oh well, I think that's just an accident because he's throwing. Oh. So he kind of like accidentally like hits the.
So they don't know what's going on, maybe.
Oh, maybe. But he throws the gum and it goes against this aquarium. There's apparently this
giant fancy aquarium in this
2-story aquarium.
Which I remember like all that happening, so I was looking to see if there's actually any fish in it, and there wasn't.
No, yeah.
I'm like, why is all this, like, all these aquariums, there's no fish?
The restaurant, I think, is called, like, Aqua something or whatever, so it's just supposed to be, like, there's water.
I'm glad they didn't have any fish in it.
Well, no, I am too.
You wanted to see fish harmed, James?
No.
I would rather there's no fish. I know, I get it. But I'd rather there's no fish.
Yeah, I don't
think
it's supposed to be a fish tank.
There could have been scenes with fish, and then they just took them out for that.
They could have.
Yeah, I think it's just supposed to be, like...
I'm just getting a little too detailed into it.
I'd rather there's no fish so they don't have stupid CGI fish.
Yeah.
Like when the water's all coming out.
Oh yeah.
So I can imagine it as a fucking like flounder jumping or some shit.
So he gets away like running through the exploding, flooding.
Yeah, so when he jumps out and the water is everywhere, it's like, to me that's like a movie poster like shot, right? It's the same, that shot reminds me of like in Jurassic Park, the first one, when the T-Rex is in and then the banner falls and it says Jurassic Park.
Oh, yeah.
Towards the end.
At the end?
Yeah. It's like the same sort of thing. Like it's a big epic...
moment.
Yeah.
So he escapes.
Yeah, he runs away.
And does he go... He goes directly back to the crow's nest from there?
Yeah, he's there early. He shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
He's supposed to wait until 400.
Well, he thinks everyone's dead, so it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and he breaks the bulb and puts it on the
Once again, also thought that was cool.
He uses his shirt or jacket and like sprinkles it, and then like unscrews the other one in the hall so it's dark and the person won't see the glass.
Yeah.
He's in the hideout, and then he uses the internet.
This is the funniest shit in the movie when he uses the internet.
Yeah, I don't understand any of that.
I don't understand any.
Okay, so
what he's trying to do.
You gotta remember, it's 1996, so the internet is like barely a fucking thing, really. I mean, it's existed already, but people aren't using it like they use it now.
So how long does it take a movie to get made?
It was 2 more years before I had an email address at this point.
Okay, so this is probably filmed in like 95, 94.
Yeah. So the internet is really barely a fucking thing that people will understand. And so he has found out from his meeting with Kittredge that there was this arms dealer named Max who is doing this thing that's they're referring to as Job 314. And so he's trying to find out information. So he's just doing searches. And he's like, Job 314. No results.
Okay, so
then he's like, oh, Max is the name of the arms dealer. Max.com. No results.
So I don't know anything about the internet.
Yeah.
Like how it works, or especially the early internet. Is Usenet a thing?
I think Usenet actually was a thing.
So that's what he's on. He's on Usenet.
He's searching all these Usenet forums or something for any information.
But what is on the internet? 136 Bible websites.
Yeah. Well, that's not surprising.
Or something.
That's probably accurate.
But then every one of them has their own email address.
Yeah, well, this whole shit doesn't make any fucking
And it's fine. I'm going to forgive the movie because it...
yeah, at the time, I didn't fucking question that shit when I watched this because nobody knew any fucking better.
But in retrospect, I'm like trying to like figure it out. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
It's hilarious. And then he thinks, Job. Maybe it's the book. He sees that Bible on the shelf. And he's like, Job 3, chapter 3, verse 14.
I feel like if this was made nowadays, in the background there should have been an episode of Arrested Development on, and then that's how he realized.
Job.
It was an Arrested Development fan website.
The whole internet part is just like, holy fuck.
Well, so he pulls out that Bible, and then it says Chicago.
No, he doesn't see that yet.
No, he doesn't see that till later, yeah.
Oh, he didn't see that till later?
Yeah.
Well, because there's earlier on, they are razzing each other at the crow's nest, and he goes, "Oh, Jim, where'd they put you up this time?" And he's like, "Oh, they put me at the Plaza, the fucking other fancy hotel." And he's like, "The Drake.
The Drake Hotel.
Must have been hard, room service and shit."
Yeah.
So the whole thing, like, the idea that, like, oh, there's an arms dealer named Max. Maybe they have their own website, max.com, and here's all the guns they have for sale.
It's just like African warlords, like, riding tanks, like, showing off their wares.
So anyway, he emails... Well, what's the email address he sends it to? Is it Job?
Job.com, I think.
Job.com? That's what he sends it to?
Something like that. Well, he sends it to 136 of them.
Oh, he does. And then he gets the response from one.
Yeah, but... So there's the part that I don't understand is why does he add the Bible verse?
To prove that he gets where the title is coming from.
Okay.
But
I don't know.
like she says when he actually meets Max, she's like, "Oh, Job isn't. He doesn't use."
There was an intensity, but also a playfulness.
Yeah, he doesn't typically use scripture. In his...
No, he's not playful. I should have known it was not him.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
So then he falls asleep at the computer.
Yeah, he's so tired.
Yeah.
And then he hears the glass crunching.
Yeah.
And it's Claire.
Well, first he wakes up and he sees Jon Voight come in the door all bloody. And he's like,
"Where were you?"
Yeah. But then he's just having a dream and actually Claire is there.
Yeah, I guess we get the idea that Jon Voight's also not just his handler.
It's like a father figure, too.
Yeah.
And then, he wakes up and then he has the gun and then he does his,
He's interrogating her.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise
in a really kind of, like, sexualized way where he, like...
Yeah.
He, like, takes her straight, pulls her jacket off. He, like, pats her down, like, even, like,
No,
cups her
he
boobs.
does not cup her boobs.
He does.
No, he doesn't.
He does.
No, he doesn't.
Well, he goes, like,
He
under...
goes. No, he
goes
goes.
underneath.
His index fingers go underneath.
Yeah.
I think that's an actual pat down.
Well,
that's how you're supposed
I'm not
to...
saying it's not an actual pat down. I'm just saying
He's
there's
not
a
whipping
whole,
his
there's
fucking
like
dick out or anything.
There's like a weird...
It's not Harvey Weinstein
There's like a
here.
weird vibe here.
Well,
and he like throws her down on the bed and he's like on top of her, like holding her down.
Tell me!
And yeah, there's definitely like a whole weird...
I get it. I get it. No, I mean, I think you're reading too much into it.
I think you get right off the get-go in that first scene that there's
He's into
this
her.
sexual intensity between them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think this is meant to also show something.
Really? I don't know. I guess.
In a weird, creepy way. But anyway, so then she's like, "No, we weren't supposed to meet here till 0400.
0400!
0400!
0400! 24.
And then, okay, so, alright, well, maybe she's not evil. Because he's like, "You were supposed to be in the car. Like, you were in the car. I saw you in the fucking car." And she's like, "No, I left the car." What was her reason for leaving the car?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Should use the washroom.
Just went for a smoke.
So I don't understand. Do only certain people on the team get a watch? Because why doesn't just everybody have a watch?
Everybody has one.
So why didn't she see...
Don't they?
I'm not sure, actually.
I don't know.
Why didn't she see her husband get shot and all that stuff? Like, I don't
Yeah, if
understand.
she had one, then you would think she would have. But, I mean, it doesn't matter because she's in on the whole shit.
Maybe it would have made it... Hold on. Maybe she was in the party, right?
No, she was in the car.
Maybe it would have been weird for her, dressed the way she was, looking the way she does, to have this gaudy watch on. So that she couldn't have worn that watch because it would have been, like, very obvious that she's up to something.
While she's sitting in a car?
Well, what happens if somebody...
Budgetary restraints. Maybe only Tom Cruise.
But what happens if... Okay, let's flush this out.
What?
So what if a cop comes up for some reason and is like, you're double parked, or...
Like, hey, that's a fancy watch.
No, but what they would do is, if she got out of the car and they saw the watch, they'd be suspicious, because they'd be like, what's this fancy lady doing with this bulky piece of shit? So it wouldn't fit her cover. That makes sense.
Really?
I think we're really breaking it down.
That doesn't make sense.
We're breaking it down more than we need to.
No.
So the reason why she doesn't have a watch on, this bulky watch,
Yeah.
is because it potentially could break her fancy lady cover.
Yes, that makes complete sense. If I was going undercover,
Okay, so-
There's a logic to what he's saying. I don't think they really thought about it.
Okay, so then why does Tom Cruise have a watch?
Because he's
a guy.
He's a man.
A man can wear that watch.
Yeah,
A woman couldn't.
He's playing like a 80-something-year-old senator, and he's got this...
But he's a man.
Okay, so he's a man.
So a man can wear that watch. A woman couldn't wear that watch.
It doesn't matter.
Who
guys
says?
are really getting into some
Who
shit
says
that does
she even
not
has to
matter
wear the
at
watch?
all.
Why can't it just be in the car? Why does
'Cause
she
the
even
car-
need
well-
a watch? Why can't she just have a little screen in her car?
Because it's 1996. They're gonna be like, what's
I
up
mean,
with the screen?
Apparently they have masks that can perfectly replicate other people, but they don't have.
We're not
screens.
done. We're not done with.
Okay,
Oh, we're
so-
gonna talk about this later.
So she doesn't have a watch because she's a woman.
Yes.
Who gives a fuck? She doesn't have a watch.
I don't know. This is a key point because then she says, "What do you mean? What do you mean Jim's dead?"
Okay, let's just go and pretend that there's only one watch.
Okay,
It's one watch.
there's definitely more than one watch.
Yeah, probably all the men have them. Because they're men.
All right.
Hey, I believe that women can have ugly watches
They
too.
can have a watch.
Okay,
They fucking want to watch.
they can. I'm with you on this.
In
This
96, I
organization,
guess.
though,
No,
like,
I just don't believe
only
that
our male agents require watches.
a woman playing that role, as in like her cover, would not have a big bulky watch like that. If I was pretending to be a homeless person and I had a Rolex, you'd be like, "What's up with your watch, dude?" It would kind of blow my cover.
So her being a fancy lady having a bulky watch.
Oh my god, I can't believe we're still talking about this.
It's like a homeless guy having a Rolex?
Yeah.
It's that... like, I don't...
Have
Anyway.
at any of your debutante balls that you've been to, have you ever seen a woman with a gigantic, ugly watch?
She wasn't in the ball.
No.
She was in the car.
Well, he's right. She was only in the car.
Yes.
Yeah, so
but-
I'm right.
No. But my point is that what if a cop for some reason was like...
Guys, you both have a point here.
You know what? I'll give you this one.
Oh, that's big.
Thanks, man.
Okay? I get it.
All right, so now Ethan and Claire are alive. So they're going to work together to figure out what the fuck.
And they wake up in the morning and they've got a message from Max.
Yeah.
So they go to meet.
To have a meeting. So.
Where is she in that meeting, though?
Claire?
Yeah.
She's back at the pad.
Oh, yeah, she's hanging out back there.
And she's like probably watching the news.
Oh, yeah, because when he comes back, she's, like, gone through all the passports to, like, organize what they have.
Yeah, and the bullets and everything.
Isn't there another news scene where they talk about how, like, a person was dead?
Yeah, they're like, oh, so-and-so, what was it? They say, like, one person basically was killed or something. Because it's like, they don't have all the information about what actually happened.
Oh.
So what's the deal with this disc?
Well, it's supposed to have all the actual names to
Yeah.
match with the other.
No, I get the knock list. Sorry, I should have clarified. So he's like, there's a bug. There's a tracking chip in the disc.
Does he say that?
Yeah. And then she's like, I don't know. I don't really believe you.
Oh,
and then
because it was a
once
fake
you activate
list.
it.
When
Yeah.
he spoke to Kittredge, he learns
Yeah.
this was all mole hunt. Yeah, and
I
so
don't-
once you use it,
I don't think
somehow
that that's how
from
tracking
the-
devices work.
No.
Because then he's
Also, it's funny that it's like an actual disc.
Well, it's a floppy disk, right?
Yeah. I don't know what those things are called. Like 4.5-inch discs or something?
Yeah, it's just funny.
I don't know, Nerd Talk disc.
I don't know. Were they still pretty big in '96?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And also, I remember around that time, a little after that, my cousin, we were in Korea, and he bought a mini disc player.
Oh, yeah.
Because they thought that was going to be like the next thing after CDs.
I remember that.
So yeah, like the mini.
Oh yeah.
This is before CDs. This is before. Yeah, it's before people had like CD burners and stuff.
Oh, burners, yeah.
Like people weren't usually. They didn't necessarily. When you got a computer in '96, it didn't necessarily have a CD drive.
Yeah. Well, I guess. Yeah.
We got our.
Yeah, it was a disc. You'd have a disc drive. Yeah.
Well, I guess we had one. Our first computer we got like 90. Well, we got our first computer in '96. It had a CD drive actually. I don't fucking know.
Anyway.
I don't understand computers and I don't know what they come with.
So he goes to meet Max. You get that cool shot where he's supposed to like approach a guy on a bench and be like, "Do you have a light?" And then the guy like lights the match, and then the car like wheels out to pick him up.
Yeah, I didn't even catch that.
Yeah,
and
the
it,
like
blows out.
classic
as the car pulls
henchman.
in. Yeah, it's real Euro.
Yeah.
He's got like the long hair. He's got like two big jackets like on like huge shoulders and stuff.
I still don't understand what they're measuring with that walkie-talkie looking thing. They put the disc in.
Oh yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Heat.
No.
Heat.
Yeah.
Why?
They're like. I thought they were checking if it was like the actual list. Or
No, they're checking if it's tracking.
Oh, okay.
If it's sending out a
He's
homing
like saying
beacon.
numbers.
Yeah.
He's just like saying numbers.
And then she's
shit.
like, maybe that's just the computer booting up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which led me to believe that it was like heat or something.
Oh, I
that
thought it was
they were-
sound.
I couldn't fucking
Maybe.
figure this shit out at all. I was like, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
I'm pretty sure it's because they just made something up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, this makes sense.
Like,
Nobody will pay attention to this.
Because he tells her, "Oh, yeah, go ahead, throw in your supposed knock list that you got. It's fucking fake. And if you, as soon as you turn it on, you're gonna have fucking Iowa farm boys jumping.
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. Cool it, Ethan. And then I didn't quite get this either. I thought he wanted $150,000 for it, but later on they say it's $10 million.
No, he wanted $150,000 like immediately, and then he wanted
Yeah, he
$10
wanted
million for
150.
the
Said he
list.
had money to like. He wanted to be fronted money.
$150,000. This is like Austin Powers jokes. This is like she.
Well, that's not for the job. That's just like as a front.
I know, but it's just like that's not money.
Front me 150 G's.
She should have been like, oh yeah, here you go. That's like no money.
Well, she doesn't know because he's just like a fucking.
I
He's
guess.
just a total bullshit, right?
I guess it makes sense. I didn't get that till the end that he was going to get paid $10 million. I thought he was like $150,000 and that was it.
Yeah, no,
And I was like, that's
even
not
in
money.
1996, that's not much.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, they get out of there before all the agents do swoop down within a few minutes.
They're all painters and shit.
Where were they? That they're just like down the street. Oh,
Yeah.
hey, somebody's using the disc. Quick, move on this hotel or whatever.
Yeah, they're walking around with like a low jack tracker. Like, oh, boop, beep, beep, boop, boop, beep, boop, 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 boop. It's, oh, third floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so they bust in, but they're gone already. And Kittredge is there too.
Kittredge is my
He's like,
favorite.
you're not gonna find this guy. We gotta make him come to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody has pressure points.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get his mom.
And that's the point, isn't it? That he like deals with her in the car and is like, you were gonna give him 6, I want 10 or whatever.
Oh yeah, see, I missed that. But yeah, they have the conversation. Because then she's like, so and so is never gonna let me use an apartment again.
Yeah.
Blow.
Yeah, Francois.
Francois.
Never, I don't know what name she says.
Who
Man.
gives a shit?
Oh, you guys don't argue about
And
that
then he
for
gets
10
the
minutes?
fuck you. Then he gets the gang back together.
Well, there's nothing to argue.
Yeah.
He gets the gang. They're looking for. He needs help. He needs to form a team. So he looks up. Well, apparently, you could just look up disavowed agents. Click, click, click,
Yeah.
click. Who's been disavowed from the agency? Okay, let's use these guys.
And he knew
Ving
one.
Rhames.
He knew Ving Rhames.
Well, he knew of him.
Oh, I thought they knew each other.
I don't think they knew each other.
But then he doesn't know.
Jean Reno.
Yeah.
Krieger?
Krieger, yeah.
Krieger. Yeah, he doesn't know Krieger, but okay, that makes
Claire
sense.
knows Krieger.
Claire knows
She
Krieger.
recommends Krieger.
Yeah, because they're all in this together.
Turns out they're all in cahoots.
Oh, god damn it. That bitch.
Motherfuckers. So, what do we get? Oh, so now this is when he makes the plan. We gotta go get the actual knock list. which is in this computer
It's
in
in
Langley, in like the CIA
Yeah.
base, home operations.
And then we get more tech jargon.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to get those things with the new AI, artificial intelligence, Quad 16
Yeah, because Ving Rhames
robo-chips.
is like a super hacker guy.
And he's like, and I get to keep these computers. And it's like, okay, you have $150,000.
He wants to keep the hardware afterwards.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, like, those computers can't be worth more than, like, $20,000.
These are his toys, man. It's exciting toys.
They're going to make $10 million.
Well, he gets a cut of that, and then he gets to keep everything.
Okay. I'm saying it's small potatoes.
It does seem like small potatoes.
I don't know. I would think if that
Oh my
was...
God.
What I'm saying is, if that's specifically what you do, you would want to keep all that gear.
But I like my iPhone.
Yeah.
But if I make 10, if I was like, oh, I'm going to use an iPhone 10 for this heist that we're going to have.
Yeah, but you
I'd
don't
be
know-
like, well, we're going to keep the iPhone. But then if I didn't, I'd be like, oh, I can buy like lots of iPhones.
Yeah, but you don't know anything about an iPhone, like the hardware or anything, where he can actually like take it apart and use it for something else.
I guess.
Okay, sure, you win this one.
So anyway, okay. And this scene is kind of like the centerpiece of the movie. This is like the most famous scene in the series.
Yeah, that's what I have. This is the most iconic.
Yeah.
I think that there's so many things that I remember about this scene, from the squirting the whatever epicac
Yeah.
into the coffee
yeah.
and the toast. Well, not the actual toast, but saying toast.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course the whole like
The-
right above the ground where he's like jerking around because like he falls in the harness thing.
And if he actually does that with just the harness on his stomach, that's still super fucking impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had to put rolled up quarters in his socks so he would stop hitting the ground with his head.
Oh yeah, so balancing out
Yeah,
more.
so it'd balance him out more.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That makes sense. It'd be pretty physically hard, I think, to keep yourself like straight like that.
Yeah. Like, I don't know.
Although it doesn't really make any sense when the sweat drips off his glasses. It shows him like catch it like this, but that doesn't make any sense because there's like this much room like between him and the ground, so he'd have to be like.
So we're talking about what, like 4 inches off the ground?
Yeah, maybe something like that. But yeah, this whole scene, they break into this special pressurized vault that has fucking like lasers gridding above the air duct and has like pressure sensitive floors.
I hate tech in movies.
Well, this was pretty fun. Like this
It's
whole
fun.
scene is like well executed. And,
It
like,
is.
It's got some humor. It's got some like actual tension to it about
Yeah, okay.
the guy's coming back from being sick. He's gonna come in the door. They gotta like pull Tom Cruise up on the.
I didn't understand that part either.
What?
Okay, so Jean Reno is having a really hard time holding him. Like,
Yeah, he's
right?
like struggling. Yeah.
But then when he comes back the first time, he pulls him up like
pretty fast.
lickety split.
But that was early on, so he still had a lot of physical strength, I guess.
Okay. Sure.
Then he's
You
holding
just
him.
give up with that?
Well, it doesn't make any sense that he pulls him
Well,
up like
not
that.
really, but it's like
I actually thought he was on. Like I didn't understand what he was holding. I still don't really understand what he was holding. Like he's holding like
he's holding the ropes, but they're going over
No,
some
no,
sort
no.
of.
Tom Cruise.
Oh.
Ethan. He's holding like a device that's gonna change the temperature.
Yeah, I don't know because it starts to go up when he's sweating, right? Like the temperature in the room starts to rise.
Yeah,
it's
and
not.
then-
It's not governing it.
It's I don't know.
That's what I thought at first too, because otherwise, what's the fucking point? Is it just so
Yeah.
you can look at it and see it? But isn't there a thing right there that says it?
I don't know. Also, I don't understand what's happening with that chair.
It's a special fucking high tech chair, man.
How does he have to like lift like getting on a horse? Like every time he gets in the chair, he has to like lift his leg like over.
Or maybe it's just on the one side, so then I don't know how to explain
No, because it like juts out from underneath the desk. So
Yeah, I
he'd
know.
have to like straddle it.
Well, but it can jut out, and then you just
Well,
like
it just
the
has
chair is right here.
Yeah, it just has a seat, and like so his legs would go underneath the desk or whatever.
Yes, but there's a bar.
Yeah, but it's
The
not
bar's
in
on
the
the-
middle;
bar's
it's
on
on
the
the side.
Oh, I didn't get that. I thought it was on the middle.
Yeah, so that nothing touches the ground because of the sensor on the ground, I guess.
Brian De Palma, you son of a bitch! You think of everything.
It's just supposed to be a cool.
It is cool.
high-tech,
It is cool.
slick-looking
14-year-old,
apparatus.
13-year-old me was like, this is pretty badass.
And then you get
Kills the rat.
Gymnastics. Tom Cruise. Yeah, the rat is in the vent, and that makes
It is
Krieger
kind of hokey.
almost
The
drop him.
whole like, there's only 2 firemen that go in the build. Like that whole was kind of hokey going in to get there.
Yeah. This is one of those things where I think it's supposed to be
cover when they come in as firemen.
Yeah.
What do you think? Oh, there should be a whole shitload of them.
Dude, like, you pull the fire alarm at our old condo, and a goddamn force would come.
Okay, but like, if
Langley.
If you did that, say you did that, and then like a handful or whatever, 3 fucking firemen run in.
Yeah.
I'm probably not going to be thinking about like, oh, where's the rest of your guys? Where's the rest?
Yeah,
of
but you're not working for the CIA.
I guess.
I know, but everyone that is in that building is like, oh, what's going on? Oh, I'm really concerned. But they just don't move. They're just standing there.
Yeah,
Nobody
because
does anything.
They haven't confirmed that it's like an actual fire yet or anything. It's just like something the system has like has gone off.
Most of them are just a bunch of paper-pushing bureaucrats, okay? They're not spies.
All right.
Okay, their clearance is
I'll
really
just
low.
let this one go.
This is going to keep happening.
And then he's
So
like,
anyway,
whoa.
they get the knock. Well, and you see that Tom Cruise has 2 discs when he...
Yeah.
This. And then when they get to the
Why
top...
does he have 2 discs?
Well, because he has one to switch with. Because Krieger...
But he doesn't switch it with Krieger.
No, he doesn't.
So why does he have 2 discs?
It's like a double reversal. I don't know.
It's like oh, he is smart, and then like later on you're like, oh no, he's
I
fucking
think he
stupid.
meant to switch them, but didn't have time to because of the way that he had to get like pulled out of there.
Oh, and he drops the knife,
And Krieger drops his
and you
knife,
get a close up of the knife.
and it sticks in the
Yeah.
desk. Luckily, it doesn't hit the floor.
And we've seen that knife before.
Yes. Well, did it actually show the knife in the scene?
No,
in the beginning?
it shows it when
It shows it later on.
when he's thinking back to
when
everything.
when he's remembering it all, it shows it.
He's envisioning that's the
Yeah,
knife.
yeah.
Which I don't know how.
Well, he's just
No, he
making,
sees.
he's making a guess that Krieger is the one.
No. He holds the knife. Thinking.
Oh, yeah,
When
yeah,
he's
yeah,
thinking
yeah.
back,
Oh yeah, he's holding
holds
because
the
the
knife.
knife is
He gets
in
there.
it's in his.
She's dead.
Yeah.
It's in her, whatever her name is.
Sarah.
Sarah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Why would he leave his knife there? I don't understand.
Well, he probably,
that.
yeah, I guess he didn't mean to, but he had to run or something.
You're okay. Look,
Gotta run.
I'm gonna say this, Dustin. You need to stop making excuses for these spies. Okay? Tom Cruise couldn't switch the discs. Jean Reno forgot his knife because he was in a hurry. Okay? These are supposed to be spies.
Well, look, I'm not saying it's an adequate explanation. I'm just saying that I guess that's what happened.
Okay, I'm just saying, if he's gonna leave his knife because you always, drop the gun after you shoot somebody, you just drop the gun, you walk away.
Godfather.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense, but sure.
It totally makes sense.
Totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Why don't you just drop the gun? You fucking get rid of the gun so that no one ever
No,
finds
no.
it.
You just drop it.
Drop the gun.
You got gloves on, you just drop
You
it.
drop it. Because you don't ever want to be caught with that gun.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to be incriminated with that gun.
Oh, come on.
Sure.
Okay,
Why would
so,
you keep the gun?
I'm agreeing.
Okay, okay, so you have that exact same concept with the knife. What
Except
did he
it's like
do?
a knife
Get a
that-
fucking deal on knives? They're all the
Yes.
same?
He actually
Well,
ordered
this
them
is
on
the
Amazon.
problem, right? Because if that's a knife that he's like known for using, that someone could associate with that. I know that guy uses. I know a guy.
Oh yeah, I know
Yeah.
a guy who uses that boxy knife.
He loves it. Boxy.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
got some
thin.
square edges.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about this again.
We're gonna get into the way the knife looks.
It's a very, the knife stands out.
At least there was nobody with
No, it
sunglasses,
does.
I
It does
don't
stand
think.
out. I don't think it was boxy.
Yeah, just, oh, whatever.
Anyway. Okay, so they get out of there. They're back. They go back to whatever. And now they're in like what, London, or no? Where
Yeah.
the fuck? Yeah, they go to London.
They go to London.
and they have like a new little place they're hanging out.
And he's doing all this Bible stuff. He's like writing Bible verses.
Still exchanging emails with Max.
And then he's like,
And the part of his deal that he made with Max is that she has to make sure that whoever Job is shows up at the
Exchange.
exchange. Yeah.
so then this is where he sees the Bible and he's like, the motherfucking Drake.
Yeah, he sees the Gideons printed in the front of the Drake Hotel, Chicago.
You know they still put Bibles in hotels?
Yes, they do.
If I had a hotel, I'd be like, no, take your Bible and shut it.
Please take this Bible away.
Why isn't there a Bible?
I don't know.
I'm not
They got to get the word out.
I don't know, but why is the hotel like? Yeah, of course you can put a Bible in there.
Why
Is it
are
so
they?
people don't kill them?
Okay, well, it's like an old thing with this organization, the Gideons.
I know who the
made
Gideons
an
are.
arrangement to fucking put Bibles in every
Okay, well,
hotel
there's a new
in North America.
But now there's
Yeah, but why can't you break that arrangement? Why is it
You
you
could.
have to sign a contract if you open a hotel that you have to adhere to this like
The
ancient
Gideon?
contract?
Yeah. Oh, and
Bibles.
written in blood.
we stayed in like a hotel in Vancouver not that long,
Lamb's
a couple
blood.
of weeks ago, and
You had one?
it wasn't a new hotel.
No, but you had one, right?
Yeah, I was like, it's not like I don't really care, but I just don't understand why it's there.
Just call down to the front desk and be like, I'd also like a Quran brought up and a Talmud.
What I would like maybe
Book of
the
Mormon.
Satanic Bible.
Yeah.
At least I'll leaf through that thing,
Bring me some
see what's
LaVey.
going on. What's Anton LaVey up to?
It's like, you know, I want some fair representation here.
I've seen a Bible. I'm just saying, come up with some new shit.
Come up with some new shit. Well, the Mormons had like part 2 kind of Bible. The Book
Oh yeah,
Book of Mormon.
Part 2. It's like the Bible in
It's like-
America.
it's like the sequel, yeah. Anyway.
The New Testament. Welcome to America.
Newer. Welcome to America. Okay, so then we get Krieger here. He's like, oh yeah, well, what are you gonna do? I've got the disc. Like he's
Yeah, I'm gonna be a French dickhead.
He's like, I'm going with you. I'm going with you to the meeting. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to meet this Max.
Yeah. I don't know why he would bother doing this because he's working with.
Yeah,
Claire
it doesn't make any
and
sense. Well, why is he even there in the first place? He thinks he has the disc. Why is he not just fucking off?
Well, yeah, maybe, yeah.
He should just be like, I'm just gonna go get some smokes, peace, and then like never come back.
Well, he's working with those two, but maybe he's thinking now he's starting to change his mind and think, oh, maybe I can like get some more out of this since I'm the one that has the
Greedy.
the disc.
Which I know it makes sense for the movie, but the end scene on the train, he has no part in that.
What do you mean?
He's in the helicopter.
I know, but he has no part in the aspect of with Ethan's plan with Max.
No, he's there because he's working with Jim and Claire.
I know, but like Luther has a part,
Yeah.
and then Claire has a
Oh,
part.
you're saying
Yeah,
why
they didn't,
doesn't
they didn't assign him to?
Why doesn't he have a part?
He said he was sick. He had prior arrangements.
He's just
Can't
I'm
be-
out of here.
He's like, actually, I got a job.
It's true. They didn't make a plan where they're like, okay, and you're going to be over here doing this.
Yeah.
I guess they could have at least shown that, and then he just not do it because it's not like they were there to.
Yeah, like where is
Keep
he?
tabs on him.
Why isn't he doing this or something? Because you would think he would want to be there to make sure he's going to get his money.
They might have had a little thing like of that they cut because. Because when they show,
You're
they
just
might
filling
they,
in
no,
all
really.
the-
Yeah, why are you such an
they-
apologist for this?
They might have really had a scene for that, but they might have not bothered because when Ethan meets up with Jim in the train station at the phone booth, and he does and then they go to the cafe, and they're talking about how it's Kittredge, but then Ethan is actually imagining the scenario with Jim being the one. And then he sees, Jean Reno be the one in his mind that is stabbed.
And that totally fucked with my head, or when I first saw it. So
Yeah.
I was like, what does he think is happening?
Yeah. So he's telling him, "Oh, Kittredge is the mole."
But you realize that he already knows.
He already knows it's Jim because of the
Bible.
The Bible thing. Yeah. So.
That's also when we get the news scene. That's why he goes to the train station.
His mom and his uncle have been arrested for drug dealing.
Did you listen to the name of the drug? I couldn't quite hear it, but it's like a made up name.
Meth something.
Yeah, methamocolamine.
Yeah. And they called it cat or something. Yeah, they call it cat on the streets. So
then he goes back, and then he has a romantic meetup with Claire.
Yeah, so they
touch fingers.
Now, are they supposed to have sex after
Yeah, they
that?
fucked.
Yeah, okay. I thought that was weird, because at this point now he knows Jim is alive. Doesn't
He doesn't know that
to the wife.
because he doesn't know that Claire.
Yeah, but so I guess he just sleeps with her as cover, because she's
because in the
bone.
Yeah,
This is also his last chance.
He's like, might as well.
And he's like,
might as well
I've
get
been
in.
fucking angling for this for years.
Well, he doesn't. He's not sure if she's bad or not. He wants
because in the whole him thinking back to everything, he's like,
yeah, he thinks of her blowing up the car,
and then he's like, oh,
He's like, oh, no,
she
he
could have,
he could have done it.
Jim
himself.
could have done it.
And he pictures him crawling out of the river and then
and then do it.
That old man couldn't have crawled out of shit.
He couldn't have flopped into that
No.
river to begin with.
He would need a stepping ladder and a step stool to get over that ledge.
I mean, it's one thing if it's like Sly Stallone is 60 years old and doing that shit. Okay, I can buy it.
No, Sly's center of gravity is far too low. He'd never be able to get over the railing.
He couldn't hop to get over
Yeah,
it.
he's just like jumping. He's like 2 inches off the ground. He's like,
I'm just saying, physically...
If it
as
was
far
Arnold.
as- yeah, you can buy that they can
Or
physically do
Jean-Claude.
it, but it's like Jon Voight. It's not like he's in particularly good shape or anything. He's just
No.
an old guy.
He's like your grandpa's grandpa doing it.
Your grandpa's grandpa. Well, he's not that old at this point when this movie
No, but
came
his
out, but
his
he's
body.
old. He's definitely older.
He looks like he's lived a life.
He's not in shape. He's not like physically commanding or anything.
He looks like his skin is like the skin of a rattlesnake.
Really going after Voight here.
He looks like a real old man that couldn't do these things. We're not even to the part at the end where he like pulls himself along the top of a train.
Well, he has those special suction things.
Those are magnets.
Okay, magnet things. Yeah.
Were they magnets?
Yeah, they're magnets. So
Yeah,
like,
Ethan uses them
he,
earlier when he goes up in the vent.
and then when he turns in left, yeah, when he turns into the
Like
side,
locks.
they engage.
Yeah.
Right. But it's true, because he's doing that and he has no problem crawling across that train where Ethan's like just barely hanging on.
Yeah. But he's got the special magnets. That's what
I guess those
that's-
magnets
you're supposed
give
to
you
buy
strength.
It. You're supposed to buy it because he has those. Even though, yes, he would still need to physically like manage to
So
hold
we're-
on to
yeah.
the fucking
We're pretty much at the speeding train scene, but right before that, there's the scene. Right, I think it's in front of the London Bridge, or is that what it's called?
London Bridge is falling down?
Yeah, I think it's the London Bridge.
I don't know if it has a name, but I was to
The London Bridge.
London Bridge. When Kittredge.
Oh yeah, he arrives.
He lands, and then it's like,
It's like, 'cause
Ethan
Ethan-
Hunt, you sneaky son of a bitch.
He
What are
wanted-
you up to?
He wanted us to know he's in London.
And he
So
gives him a
phones him.
package. He gives him a package, and it's
Yeah,
got
he
like
gets
the
a package. It's like,
watch.
here's the tickets to the train.
Yeah.
Here's the watch thing, one of the watches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have the train scene.
Yeah. So this is like where he's doing the exchange with Max. She gets the disc from underneath her chair on the train, and like they're checking it on a computer with a what? What, they got a fucking Wi-Fi connection in 1996 on this fucking train?
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
Because they had to
I
be
don't
on,
know.
they had to be online.
Maybe there's like a phone service
I guess
on the train,
a
so
hard
it's
line
plugged in.
It's plugged in. Yeah, I guess that would.
I'm assuming everything's plugged in.
Yeah.
But then he does this, and then Luther is like jamming everything.
He's using his
And then this entire time is like intercut after that with like an old man getting ready. Like you see just a little bit of his you see his hands.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and you're
This
led
is
to believe.
this is super like Hitchcock.
But his old, dirty, liver spotted hands that are supposed to be Jon
I
Voight's
didn't really
hands.
notice the hands that much. To be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah, you're supposed to think it's.
Yeah, you're supposed to think it's Jon Voight.
Yeah.
Yeah, once again, just to show how old he is. His hands look old, like really old.
I didn't even notice, but yeah, okay.
It's the focal point of the scene.
Well, I just saw him. Okay, he's putting gloves on. I wasn't like looking at the fucking. Oh, he's got liver spots.
Maybe I'm into hands. I'm the anti-Tarantino, maybe.
Yeah. So we don't see his head and stuff. We see the joke.
And then Luther leaves his blocking. He's got like a
little cell phone. Not little.
He's got his computer and it's like, what does it say?
Yeah,
sending jamming signal.
Jamming signal.
He
He has
leaves
to do it because like they're like, oh, it's jamming, and the guy's like reconnecting. Oh, so we've got to do it again. Send jamming signal.
And then he leaves his phone pointed,
which apparently is set to jam.
Yeah, and then
set to jam mode.
A handy bellhop or something.
He's like, oh, sir, you left your phone.
And he's like, oh shit! And then all around him, like everybody's like, hello, 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 hello.
Yeah,
all their phones are like dying.
And then the Euro henchman notices.
He notices him and follows him. And then also Kittredge and another agent are working their way through the cars at this point, looking for whoever's online trying to.
And then Claire walks by them, and he's like, "What's up with that?" And then he follows Claire.
Yeah, he didn't see her face, but.
But then he doesn't actually follow her. He stops at the bathroom
because he sees the Euro henchman like trying to bust in.
Yeah. And then the Euro henchman walks away. And then did you see they stand in front of the bathroom door, and then Kittredge's partner like is standing with his back to it and like pulls out like a lock pick and is like picking the door, but they never go back there.
Well,
no, we do.
They show the scene of Luther,
leading him to
Max,
and in between that is when he puts on the glasses and Kittredge. So is that? I guess he's standing there and he sees the.
Yeah, and he looks at his watch and he's all like, "Hello, Mr. Phelps." He does that.
Kittredge is great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the scene. Claire comes into the baggage car where the money is supposed to be, or the bonds or whatever it is, and then. So Jim Phillips is sitting there, and she starts talking to him, like, "Oh, we don't need to kill Ethan, because she's got that for Ethan. I mean, let's get serious. I mean, how could you not, right?"
It's 32-year-old Tom Cruise.
And now, I mean, she didn't have to have sex with him.
She wanted to.
She wanted to.
Well, she's got that wrinkly old snake.
Yeah, I mean, who could blame her? For some reason, she's married to like a 65-year-old man.
Yeah, he's like, I've tasted the goods. I knew she could pull it off.
It's a loving relationship.
Oh, yeah, well, exactly.
Yeah. I feel like he has a lot of respect for her.
Yeah.
She's not like a pawn or anything. Then he shoots her.
Well, okay, so first then Tom Cruise stands up and takes off his Jon Voight mask, revealing that it's him. And he's like, I didn't, can't believe it. Can't believe my sweet Claire.
Yeah, and then it turns out that Phillips is hanging out back there too.
Yeah, he's just in the back door.
And he's in his tactical gear.
He pops out of a fucking closet. He's like, "Ah, bitch!"
He's like, "I'm here. I got a gun."
Yeah, I was like, "Why did you wait so long? Were you just sitting in that?"
Yeah, he was just sitting there.
Why are you sitting in that closet? Why didn't you just shoot Ethan in the head?
I don't know.
Game over.
Well, maybe he was coming from another car. I don't know.
He was in a closet.
Maybe that was the back way into this car. No, I don't know.
He could have just shot Ethan in the head. Bang. Everybody wins.
Just
except for Ethan. And Luther. And Kittredge.
Well, I mean, I guess he doesn't think much of her because he's like shoots her right away.
Yeah.
Well, he's already tasted the goods, so.
This is the funny thing, though. Like, okay, so Ethan really looks up to this guy. They've been working together for years.
Yeah.
They've done all these missions together. He respects him, and they never got a hint that this guy's actually like a twisted piece of shit like this whole time. Or he just suddenly became an evil twisted
Maybe he had a head trauma and his personality just changed.
CTE?
Yeah. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense.
Anyway.
Don't think about it.
So
he gets up on the roof of the train with his magnet things.
This is pretty cool.
Yeah, this sequence is fun.
It's pretty... Tom Cruise's stunts are pretty cool in this. When he... there's the two things that stand out. The one where he like flips over and goes backwards.
Yeah, and grabs the edge.
Yeah, and there's the part where he has like a cartwheel or something, doesn't he?
Well,
he
kind of like flips himself over. Back up onto the top of the train after he's on the side.
Yeah.
And then here's Krieger in a helicopter. He's flying up to the back of this bullet train to like...
Yeah.
Because this isn't just like a normal train moving at a normal train speed. It's like a fucking hyper speed train.
Jon Voight looks so fucking dumb in his tactical gear. Mm-hmm. Like, what's he thinking? Why isn't he just wearing a suit?
Well, I mean, they want him to look like, oh, he's badass. He can pull this off, even though he can't. There's no way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is like a car. So anyway, Tom Cruise does like a cartwheel move.
Yeah, he doesn't have any magnets, so he's just holding on for dear fucking life.
And then he straps the helicopter to the back of the train.
Yeah, he like hooks it up so that it's connected. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like.
And then so Krieger has to follow them into the tunnel with the helicopter, which strains credulity.
And then the guy at the end, like in the caboose, is like, "Go faster."
Yeah, we gotta get away from
it. So they're gonna hit warp speed, I guess.
And so meanwhile, Jim has jumped onto the bottom rung.
Yeah. So this makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah. How is he gonna get into the helicopter? I guess he's just gonna like fly away and.
Okay, no, I get why Jim would jump.
Yeah.
I don't understand why Ethan would follow him.
He follows him because he's gonna stick the fucking gum on it.
I can throw a rock at a car moving behind me and hit that car.
Yeah.
So why not just like sit in the back of the train and be like, oh, this is easy.
Maybe he just thought the wind would fucking take it.
Yeah, maybe he actually needs to stick it on the...
No, he should throw it.
Well, I know.
Because we saw it earlier.
I know at the earlier scene.
But he's afraid it's going to blow away.
Hasta la vista.
They're moving at high velocity here. You gotta...
Yeah, so it would be even easier. He could just let go of it.
I know, but then you wouldn't get that awesome scene where he jumps from the
and then the
helicopter.
explosion like propels him forward onto the back of the train again.
I just watched the last episode of the latest season of Sherlock. Like yesterday, I watched part of it. And have you seen it?
No.
So there's a scene in there where there's a bomb is going to go off in his flat, Sherlock's a flat apartment, or whatever they call them. And Sherlock and Watson end up jumping out the windows, the two windows from the second floor, as the bomb goes off. Yeah. It looked so bad. It looked like somebody had like taken a face, like Watson's face, and kind of stuck it onto another person, but like it never really like fit properly. Like it kind of like floated a little bit.
Oh, really?
And so when I saw this scene again, where it actually looks pretty good.
When he gets
thrown forward, it stands up pretty well.
Yeah, I don't think the whole helicopter in the tunnel looks very good.
No,
but yeah, the explosion and him going forward and stuff looks pretty good.
And that when the blade comes around and like just stops
right by his throat.
That's still
nice touch.
Yeah, it's still a nice touch. It's still like a pretty intimidating looking blade.
Yeah, the blade's all like fucked up, gnarled and stuff.
Yeah, it looks more like a tip of a spear.
Yeah, it's like way sharper at the end than it would be.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good.
Looks good, yeah.
So, like, when you look back at the movie, the set pieces of I'd say, the cafe scene where he blows up the aquarium, the CIA site where they steal the disc, and then this helicopter train chase scene. They're all pretty good.
Yeah.
They're
all well done.
And I think they stand up pretty well.
Yeah. I think so.
Some of the plot I feel like is pretty decent, but it's like, there's definitely holes looking back at it now.
Yeah. I think it's the kind of thing that it's not quite as. I think if the movie was faster tempo, if the pace was a little bit quicker, you wouldn't have time to think.
Yeah, well, I think when we were younger and we watched it too, like, I didn't have all these things. I didn't have all these like little nits to pick with it. Like I was just like,
but also
it wasn't moving fast enough, and we didn't understand all this computer shit.
Was the movie really made
you
for
just
like?
Kind of accepted it.
But was the movie made for like 13-year-olds?
No, probably not.
So, but I mean, the movies now, like I'd say the new Mission Impossible movies, they're a lot more quicker paced.
Well, I'm excited to actually eventually do the rest of them, or at least 3, 4, and 5. I'm excited to do.
Yeah, we'll skip 2.
No, we can't skip it. We got to do it.
Well, we don't have to do it for a very long time. This podcast can go on for a lot of years.
Mm-hmm. Before we do that one.
Yeah, but that's pretty much the end of the movie.
You're gonna need that for our.
Yeah, that's pretty much the end. I mean, the last scene I think is then Ethan on the plane, and then he gets asked if he wants to watch a movie.
Right, he goes to you see him and Ving Rhames are at the cafe, and he's like, "Oh no, I don't know, I'm not gonna do it anymore. I'm done. I'm out." Kind of thing.
Getting too old for this.
And then once he's on the plane, do you want to watch the Cinema of the Caribbean?
I think he's sleeping, and she wakes him up.
She does.
And it's like, fuck, bitch, why are you waking me up?
Do you ever remember a time when on a plane to watch a movie they give you a little like, what the fuck is that, a Betamax?
No, but I remember.
Tape and then you
no, so here's the thing though. I remember.
It's probably first class.
Yeah, I remember watching that as a kid and being like, oh man, that's what first class must be like.
They had like Betamax videos to watch?
I don't know, man.
In 1996?
We were poor, so I couldn't even dream of what it was like to be in first class.
They don't even have VHS, they have mini VHS.
Yeah. But I remember being like, I buying that completely as a child.
Yeah, I don't remember questioning it, that's for sure. Although he does light a smoke after to cover up the self-destruct in the opening scene.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure by 96 you couldn't smoke on a plane anymore.
No. Maybe not in America. But maybe on an international flight.
Those Europeans, they love smoking on the planes.
Didn't Johnny Depp start like an airline where you can smoke on the plane like 10 years ago?
Oh, I don't know.
That sounds accurate.
Even if it's not, it's not.
I'm going to assume it's true.
So what are you going to give this movie for plot? Dustin?
I'd say 7, yeah. I think it's got a pretty decent plot. I think it works for the most part. I know there's definitely some like weird bullshit in it, but
Yeah, I agree.
Pretty solid.
7. I give it a 7. Action kills, whatever, until we have a better name for this.
It had some pretty good action sequences, like you said, those 3. Kills wise, I think there was only like 3 or 4 kills in the
5.
whole movie.
No,
6.
I don't know. Anyway,
6?
Well,
Let's go
Krieger
through
dies,
it. Krieger,
Hannah, Sarah, the Russian guy,
Emilio,
Jim,
Claire. 7.
7.
Yeah. Anyway, I only gave it 5 for action because those 3 sequences are pretty good, but there's not a lot of action in it.
Yeah,
I have 5. 5 as well. Pacing 6.
Yeah, I give it 6 as well for pacing.
I gave it a 5.
5, yeah.
I mean, it moves along, but I don't know.
It's not like I don't know. It's not boring, but it's not like intense either.
Yeah.
Quotes and tropes. 6.
Yeah,
I gave it a 6.
Yeah.
And then we got reaction. Overall, I'd say it's a solid 6.
Yeah, I gave it a 6.
I gave it a 7. I was probably being a little generous because some of that's nostalgia too for it, but
Yeah. So it ends up with a 6.1.
6.1.
Which puts it
What?
6th.
Yeah, 6.
Right after Commando. And right above The Last Boy Scout. I think that's fair.
Yeah, no, that makes sense to me. That seems like the proper spot.
Yeah. So this new system's not working out too bad so far.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
All right. Well, thanks so much for listening. Please check our list out. We've got it up on our website, actionpodcast.com. You can also check us out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Most importantly, though, please download us, subscribe, and please tell your friends if you enjoy this. It means a lot if you tell people about it. It means a lot if you rate and review us. It's how we get more people to see us. Yeah, we hope you guys like this one, and please come back for the next.